Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. Today we are making birria tacos and we're gonna use the Instant Pot to make it easy. Birria tacos are so hot right now. I recently tried them over at Disney. Disney made a pretty good birria taco and we're gonna try to make our own. They're not that hard to make, especially if you have an Instant Pot. We're gonna actually make Quesatacos, make them even better. Birria tacos are basically a shredded beef that is cooked in a pepper sauce, which then makes a consomme, like a broth, that you dip your birria taco in, and it is fantastic. It's a shredded beef. It is flavorful. You can make it spicy or not spicy. We're gonna go for not spicy because my family cannot take spice. All right, let's jump in and we can talk more about birria tacos and what the heck a quesataco is. It involves cheese. One of the most important parts about the birria tacos is the pepper mixture. There's all kinds of peppers in my research that I have seen people use, and I settled on what I could find at my local groceries. We happen to have a Spanish grocery store near us, so I was able to get something a little authentic, but there was also some stuff I could not find. We're gonna go with some guajillo chilies. These are supposed to be sweet, mild, not too spicy. These I had to order on Amazon. I'll put the link down in the description. I'll also put links to stuff on Amazon where you can kind of try to get everything there. If you're not lucky enough to have a grocery store near you where you can find the items, I'll put Amazon links down there so you can try to, get them that way too. These are ancho chilies, and these are a little bit spicier than the guajillo from what I understand. And then I was supposed to find dried chipotles. I couldn't find them, so I found some chipotles in an adobo sauce. I think I'll be able to make these work. You just need some peppers to make it a little bit spicy. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove all the seeds and chop these down, and I'm gonna have to taste them because my family cannot take any spice. I already said that, so I'm gonna taste them, see how spicy they are, and that's how I'm gonna figure out how many chilies I can put in my birria. Let's start with the ancho chilies. They've got a little bit of a spice to them, I can smell it. We don't need to rehydrate these because we are cooking them in the pressure cooker for so long. And make sure we get every seed out. If you weren't aware, the seeds are mainly the spicy part. It's the seeds and that little inner part that holds them, that really holds most of the spice of a pepper. So we're gonna just give it a little, I'd say, kind of like a jalapeno level of heat. A little bit of heat, but not bad. We'll use one. Guajillo chilies. Oh, look at all those seeds. We don't want those. If I was making this for myself, I would definitely make this way spicier. A little guajillo chili. Definitely more mild than the ancho. Way more mild. I don't even taste any spice. We're gonna use 2 of these. Now these, I don't think I'm gonna be able to de-seed, but let me just taste one. Those have some heat. For my family, I'm gonna leave these out. I'll add them into my consomme at the end. Woo! Oh yeah. Quick cutting board switch. I don't like to cut my raw meat on wooden cutting boards, so we're going with the silicone. We have 2 kinds of meat here. We have some chuck roast, and I was able to get a beef shank. I just wanted the beef shank because it's gonna add the bone, which adds so much flavor when you're making any kind of pressure cooked broth. For this, super simple. We're just gonna cut it up. This, we're not gonna cut. Tablespoon of oregano. If you can get Mexican oregano, get Mexican oregano. I couldn't. A teaspoon of cumin. I go with a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is my garlic powder, onion powder 50-50 mix. So you're basically doing a half a teaspoon of garlic powder,
and a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Gonna go with a teaspoon, maybe a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of salt. We can always adjust that later. We are gonna set this guy on saute and just throw in our peppers. And we are just gonna toast these guys a couple minutes till we smell them. If you are short on time, I'm pretty sure we could skip this step, but I think it adds a little extra flavor. Once they've released their aroma, it's time to add a little bit of avocado oil, and we are going to brown our meat.
Dad got a little lazy here and didn't toss the meat in the spices and just sprinkled the spices on the meat. It'll work either way.
This does two things. It browns the meat and it adds an extra fond to the bottom of the pan, which we are going to need.
After a few minutes, go ahead and check them and give them a flip. And we're gonna cook these till they're browned on both sides and take them out of the pan. Add in your tomatoes and then give everything a good stir and let these cook down and kind of get to know each other with all the other flavors. Now this part's really important. Make sure you are scraping the bottom of the pan and really checking and make sure that you don't have a bunch of bits stuck at the bottom. We do not want a burn notice.
Container of beef stock. We're gonna pressure cook this for 45 minutes on high pressure, and then we're just gonna let it do a natural release for 15 minutes. So I'll see you in a little over an hour and change because it takes some time for it to get to pressure.
Be careful when using a box grater. You can hurt yourself, especially when you get down to the end like this.
Time's up, we release the pressure. Time to open this sucker up and see what we got. The meat is so tender, it's hard to pick up with the tongs. So we're gonna do this and then we'll pull the peppers and such back out.
Now it's time to whip out an immersion blender and just blend everything up till it's nice and smooth. We're gonna strain it, get all those bits of seeds and chunks of everything out so we get like a nice clear broth.
We're gonna return the meat to the Instant Pot. The easiest way to shred meat is to use a hand mixer. No joke.
Place your strainer over the meat and push at it with a spoon and get a little bit of the juices to flow down into the meat. That'll help kind of like lubricate the meat, and then go ahead and toss this.
Can't help myself. Not spicy. We did it. The method for this is really easy. Fat in the pan, corn tortilla on top, cheese, beef, sauce, melt, flip. Pretty easy. Normally, from what I understand, they use a little bit of the grease that's on the top of the consommé that comes from the cooking process, and that's how they grill them with, or they flat top them with, but I don't have that, so I'm gonna use a little bit of Wagyu beef tallow. You can use oil, fat, grits, whatever you have, but you just need something to lubricate the pan. I figured I got this stuff here, why not try it? When your pan is ripping hot, add your fat and swirl it around, get it to coat the pan really nicely. I added a spoonful of the consommé, kind of added a little bit of flavor to everything since I didn't have that fat from the cooking process, kind of mimicked it. Add a healthy amount of cheese, top it with your birria meat, and now go ahead and fold it over. Careful, it is hot, and give it a nice press. You really want to mash it down. We're trying to get good contact with the pan so we can get really good crispiness. Now keep flipping it, adding consommé if needed, until you get a beautiful golden brown texture on both sides and it's nice and crispy.
Now it's time for the most difficult part of every video, the taste test. I do this for you.
All right, we have tacos, quesatacos, which is like a mix between a quesadilla and a taco, I guess, is why they call it that. We'll throw a little bit of lime juice on there. We'll try to open it up. It is fused shut. All right, we're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of white onion. All right, we dip it in here. Throw a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of white onion. Man, that is good. It's not spicy. The way we made it, no spice. Even a baby can take this, no problem at all. Dipping it in the consommé just tastes so good. And then you add a little bit of the onion and the cilantro, you get that melty cheese. The beef is perfectly tender and shredded. I'm normally a flour tortilla guy, but when you do a corn tortilla like this, oh yeah, 100%, this is awesome. Oh my God, I gotta go in for more. Oh my God. It's a little crispy on the outside because of the way you fry it. Oh, this is a hit. I love this. Thanks for watching. Dad may have to resist eating all of the birria tacos before his family gets home, but Dad doesn't do outros, so that's it. Bye.